Hello widget watchers, today we are taking a deep dive into the Flutter's default animation widgets. By using these animated widgets we make our app more interactive and user-friendly. So let's get started. So let's first conjure up the animated align widget. This widget is used to animate the alignment of the child widget. So for that let's first rename this my home page class into animated alignment, then come inside the column widget and here first add the animated align widget. This widget have two required properties. First is alignment to change the alignment of the child widget and the second is duration to set the time of the animation. Now first come above here and create a variable of alignment type and set the default value to center left, which means the child widget will be aligned to the left side of the screen. Now the alignment property is set to the alignment variable that we created above, and for the duration set the time to 2 seconds, so the animation will take 2 seconds to complete. Then here add the container widget as child and set the height and width of the container to 100, and the color to green. Then come below the animated align widget and add the sized box widget with height 50, then here create the elevated button widget, then for the child of the button widget add the text widget with the text, change the alignment, and now for the on pressed, set the setState method to change the alignment of the child widget. Then come inside of this setState and here set the alignment based on the condition. If the alignment is center left then set it to center right, and if it is center right then set it to center left. Now save the code, and the app is loaded on the screen, so press on this button, and you can see press on this button, and you can see the container widget is moving from left to right and vice versa. But it is moving so slowly, so here change the duration to 1 second, so the animation will be faster. And now press on the button and you can see the animation is faster, and this thing is looking so cool. So up until now we have covered the animated align widget. Now let's move to the next widget, which is animated container. So for that first come above this class and here create a stateful widget as animated container example. Then call this class from the home property of the material app widget. Then come inside the build method and here return the scaffold widget. Then for body add the column widget, then come inside the children property of the column widget. So in Flutter animated container is a container widget that can change its properties like height, width, color, and its decoration or shape with animation. So first here add the duration property and set the time to 1 second, so the animation will take 1 second to complete. So now come above the build method and here create 3 variables. First is height and set the default value to 100, then create the width and set the default value to 100, and then create the container color and set the default color to green. Then again come inside the animated container widget and here sets its height, width and color property to the height, width and container color variable that we created above. Now save the code and the container is appearing but its position is too odd, so let's first fix this. First add the main axis alignment property to the column widget and set it to center. Then wrap this column widget with the center widget. Now the container is appearing in the center of the screen, which is looking good. Now come below here and add the sized box widget with the height of 40, then here add a row widget and come inside the children property, then inside row here first add the elevated button widget, and then for child add the text widget with the text, change height. Now come inside this on pressed method, and here first add the setState method. So this button will change the height of the container widget, so come inside the setState method and here set the height to 251 multiplied by the random double number. So this random.nextDouble method will generate a random double number between 0 and 1, so this button will change the height of the container widget to a random height between 0 and 251. So now save the code and tap on this button and you can see the height of the container is changing with animation. Whenever you tap on this button, a new height value will be generated and the container will animate to that height value. So now let's do the same for the width of the container. So for that copy the above elevated button and paste it below this button, and then change the text to change width, then come inside the onPressed method and here set the width to 251 multiplied by the random double number. Now also do the same for changing the color of the container, so just copy paste the above elevated button, and remove this width thing from the setState, then come above here and first let's create a list of colors, so create a list of colors and add some colors to it. Then come inside the set state and here assign the container color to the colors list with the random index, and this random index will be generated by the random.nextInt method, and its value will be between 0 and the length of the colors list. Now save the code and our UI is breaking because of this color button. So for fixing this, just copy this elevated button, and paste it below this row widget, then here add a sized box widget with the height of 20, then come inside this row widget and here add the main axis alignment property and set it to space evenly, so the buttons will be aligned evenly in the row. Now save the code, and press on any button and you can see the container's property is changing with animation, the container is changing its height, width, and color with this smooth animation. So yeah, that was it for the animated container widget. This widget is so useful when you want to design a UI with very small but effective animations. Now let's move to the next widget, which is animated crossfade. So the animated crossfade widget is used to fade between two widgets, so let's see how we can use this widget. So for that, first come above this class and here create a stateful widget as animated crossfade example. Then call this class from the home property of the material app widget. Now come into the build method and from here remove this placeholder widget and here add the scaffold widget, then come inside the scaffold widget and here add the body property and set it to the column widget. Then wrap this column widget with the center widget. Now come inside the children section and here first add the animated crossfade widget. This widget have 4 required properties. First is first child parameter to set the first widget, then second child parameter to set the second widget, then crossfade state parameter to set the state of the crossfade, and the last one is duration parameter to set the time of the animation. So let's first add the duration of 1 second, so the animation will take 1 second to complete. Then come above here and here create a Boolean variable and set the default value to true. This variable will be used to change the state of the crossfade. Then come inside the first child and add the Flutter logo widget with the style of horizontal and size of 100, then come inside the second child and add the Flutter logo widget with the style of stacked and size of 100. Now for the crossfade state, set it to the isFirst variable, so if the isFirst variable is true then the first child will be shown and if it is false then the second child will be shown. Now come below this animated crossfade widget and add the sized box widget with the height of 40, then come below this sized box widget and add the elevated button widget, then for child add the text widget with the text, change state, then come inside the onPressed property and here set the setState method to change the isFirst variable. Then here just reverse the value of the isFirst variable. Now save the code and the Flutter logo is in heaven, so first let's bring him to the earth, so for that inside the column widget add the main axis alignment property and set it to center. Now save the code and everything is looking good, so press on this button and you can see the crossfade animation is happening, the first widget is fading out and the second widget is fading in, and vice versa. So this is how you can use the animated crossfade widget in Flutter to create a crossfade animation between two widgets. So yeah, that was it for this video. If you like this video then please hit the like button and subscribe to Widget Wisdom, and tomorrow we will meet with a new animation video. Till then, goodbye and take care.